I've been using the OnePlus 8 Pro for a while now, and I'm gonna go so far to say that it's the best phone in 2020 so far as of June. Let's find out what other fellow YouTubers are saying about this.
Check this out. Woo!
One of the easiest phones to recommend, period.
It really is something else.
This is an excellent camera.
A top-tier camera for a top-tier device.
This is the best Android smartphone of 2020 so far.
The display on the OnePlus 8 Pro is really incredible.
This is amongst the best screens I have ever seen on a phone.
In my opinion, the best flagship.
Best of Android for less.
The OnePlus 8 Pro is a major go.
This is the phone that I've been waiting for so long from OnePlus. It's not cheap, it's at $900, so OnePlus is definitely up their ante. This phone is not perfect, but let's find out what makes this phone the best, in my opinion, so far. The OnePlus 8 Pro is the most powerful OnePlus device, and it's a thing of real beauty. You pick up your phone more than 200 times a day, and every time you pick this up, it feels like a work of art, mainly because of the screen, but we'll dive into that later. The phone also feels premium in your hands with a curved glass back and a beautiful glossy finish. The matte frosted glass option looks sleek and gorgeous, and the haze level in the glass finish is the highest level in the industry. The color options are ultramarine blue, such as this one, onyx black, and the new glacial green. However, you need to be careful with the phone slipping from your hands. It's a good idea to invest in a tough armor cover, such as this one from Spigen, which is slim and military grade tested. I always put a cover on every new smartphone. This way you can protect your investment because nobody likes to go to the service center, even if you will fix it later for free. Now, I still don't like the edges on the sides, and although OnePlus fixed accidental touches here, I prefer flat surfaces. Yes, it looks more aesthetically pleasing like this, but from a practical perspective, it's much better to have a flat screen. Galaxy phones reduce their curviness on their new phones, such as the one in Galaxy S20 Ultra. Now, many people, including myself, were disappointed with the punch hole facing camera since it felt like a step back from last year's OnePlus 7 Pro. However, OnePlus stated during their product launch that the reason they went with this is that it was to make the phone feel lighter and to have the IP68 rating. After trying this for 2 months now, I barely notice it anymore since it's only 3.8 millimeters in diameter, and I think you'll hardly ever notice it's there as well. One cool app I installed is called Energy Ring Battery Indicator, which adds a configurable energy ring around the camera lens, indicating the current battery level. You can also dive into various configuration options, and I like it because Energy Ring adds an accent to your phone's camera lens like the one here. Now, let's talk about the most amazing aspect of this phone, the screen. The phone has 120Hz refresh rate, so everything looks ultra smooth. Unlike the Galaxy S20 Ultra, you can have the highest resolution at QHD Plus with 513 pixels per inch and 120Hz. What many YouTubers fail to mention is that this phone has 10-bit color depth and 4096 distinct levels of brightness with a peak brightness of up to 1300 nits. DisplayMate tested this phone and gave it their Best Smartphone Display Award. 10-bit color depth means that instead of seeing the same 16 million colors you would get with other smartphones, this phone has 1 billion colors. What does that mean? It means that everything you look at, from YouTube and Netflix videos all the way to pictures and videos, they all look incredibly richer and lifelike, especially with HDR videos. This phone also has an excellent JNCD, or just noticeable color. The lower the JNCD, the better, and the best JNCD is below 1, which is imperceptible to the human eye. The OnePlus 8 Pro has a JNCD of 0.4, which means that the colors you see on your phone are identical to the same colors you see in real life. The phone also has a 240Hz touch sampling rate, and OnePlus added a custom MEMC chip. MEMC means motion estimate motion compensation, and it basically inserts one or more additional frames after each original frame in the video to make it look much smoother. Let's access MEMC in the settings here. So if you go to display, go to motion graphic smoothing, and there it is. You can see the difference here between this and this. In this mode, the video frame rate will be rated, reducing motion blur of the graphics, making a clearer and smoother image. Only effective, of course, during full screen playback. Now, I gotta say though, in the beginning, I didn't like this because it felt like it had the soap opera effect, but I can see now why it could be appealing to many people. Now I've turned it on, and I think I like it. It boils down to personal preference. preference, but not everybody likes it, including Tom Cruise.
The unfortunate side effect is that it makes most movies look like they were shot on high-speed video rather than film. Now, this is sometimes referred to as the soap opera effect.
If you turn it on, it will consume more battery life. Now let's go to the camera department. The OnePlus 8 Pro has a 48 megapixel main camera with a custom-made Sony sensor chip and an ultra-wide lens with a full 120-degree field of view and a telephoto lens with 3x hybrid and 3x digital zoom. Since the custom IMX689 sensor is the largest so far in any OnePlus device, this means that noise is decreased while dynamic range is increased. As for the ultra-wide, the OnePlus 8 Pro uses a Sony IMX586 sensor, just like the one found in the main camera in the OnePlus 7 Pro, which gives it 48 megapixels. Let's have a look at some of the examples. One of the best features I loved about this phone is the macro mode right here. If you turn it on, macro mode is incredible. See for yourself some of the test photos I took. Macro mode can take pictures up to 2 inches from the object that you're trying to take pictures of. Oh my God, I can actually take a picture of the sheet right now. Check this out, man. Incredible. Look at that. I can't even see these details. So I think one of the standout features for this phone is the super macro mode. You're gonna love this mode. The microphone has also been enhanced with audio zoom, which lets you zoom in on the sounds you want to amplify in audio. The color filter camera left me scratching my head. I didn't understand all the fuss about this, and I think that OnePlus just made no sense with this camera. It does not make any sense, and no, it is not X-ray vision. You cannot see inside an object like what many people think. The object would have to be transparent to begin with, or have some sort of transparent plastic that is not visible to the naked eye. So far, the only objects seen are the Apple TV and some remotes. My remotes didn't work. Now, the phone, of course, comes with a Snapdragon 865 processor and 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is 30% faster than the previous generation with 20% lower consumption. As for storage, it comes with 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.0 storage. The phone also has Wi-Fi 6, and that gives you 40% faster peak internet speed and is 4 times faster in crowded areas. As for gaming, the phone is a gorgeous beast with Dolby Atmos speakers. The vibration motor has also been enhanced, but the iPhone still has the best-in-class vibration motor in my opinion. Let's have a look at Call of Duty Mobile to see how fast this phone can run. I mean, I've never experienced this kind of mobile gaming before. With this screen, the high refresh rate, and the high resolution, it's incredible for gaming. Alright, let's go ahead. You can notice the frames are so smooth, super sharp with this Quad HD Plus screen with 120 Hz. I mean, gaming is a super joy on this phone. No stutter whatsoever. The phone remains relatively cool as well. It does not heat up like crazy. I mean, it's a lot of fun to game on this phone. Let's go ahead and try this.
We've taken the lead.
Oh, that's my friend. Gaming is a joy on this phone, and it's just eye candy. Of course, one of the other best features I like about this phone is Oxygen OS, which is super light, super responsive, and OnePlus added 280 new optimizations to make navigation and scrolling smoother and more fluid than ever. Now, one awesome option that I found on this phone is something called Live Caption, and you can see it right here. Right, there you go. If you turn it on, it provides video and audio captions in real time. So let's go ahead and test this. Let's see if it can caption some of this. Unboxing the OnePlus 8 Pro. I'm so excited to get my hands on this guy. So perfect. Let's get started. That's a beautiful red box. Check out the live caption in action. It works perfectly fine. I think this is very useful for conversations, for calls. If you can't understand what the person is saying, for example. Wow. This is the new OnePlus 8 Pro, the Never Settle logo. I love this live caption feature. Now, overall, the phone looks amazing, feels ultra smooth, very responsive. I like Oxygen OS because it's super light, super awesome. And I also forgot to mention that this phone is 5G ready. So it's a 5G capable device. If you go here, SIM and network, there you go. It's smart 5G, 4G, 5G automatic switching. Unfortunately, it didn't work well where I am. But if you've got a proper 5G network, then this is an excellent phone. Wait until you try downloads of more than 1 gigabits per second. That is insane. Now let's talk about the main disadvantage of this phone. Of course, the main disadvantage of this phone would be the price. We are talking about a $900 phone, so we are no longer talking about flagship killers. This is flagship territory. OnePlus is trying to balance the never settle tagline with its price, and I still think that this is a good deal despite the $900 price tag, because if you compare what Samsung and Apple are offering, $900 does not suddenly seem so bad in comparison with their $1,000+ phones. Yes, the price is more expensive, and OnePlus actually became the one thing that they wanted to destroy with their flagship tagline before, but now they've entered the premium segment. And all of these options are needed. You wanted wireless charging, and they gave it to you. You wanted better cameras, they gave it to you. You wanted IP68, and they gave it to you. So what do you expect? Of course you're going to have a much more expensive device, but not that expensive. They're pretty clever to keep their device at $900 and offer all of these incredible options that you can't even find on Samsung and Apple phones just yet. Now, one thing that I really hated about this phone, I'm not sure if this is an isolated issue, but Chrome keeps lagging. I have no idea why. I'm not sure if this is an Android issue or if this issue is just related to OnePlus. I will post this on the OnePlus forum and see what the community says. So the bottom line is, if you can't afford this gorgeous phone, then this is the best Android phone in the market right now, with the best screen that I've ever seen. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.